Bentley has truly outdone themselves this year. The 2027 model isn't just a car, it's a statement. And the finish, as you can see, is flawless.
Nobody from Bentley held a press conference. Nobody sent an email. No teaser campaign, no countdown clock, no carefully worded statement from the CEO about the future of mobility. They just showed it, dropped it into the world like it was perfectly normal, like building something this extreme was simply Tuesday in crew. The 2027 Bentley, and they haven't even given it a proper name yet, which tells you everything, is the most aggressive, most unhinged, most deliberately unexplained thing this company has ever produced. And Bentley has been around since 1919. That's over 100 years of making extraordinary machines. This one is different. This one feels like it came from a completely different conversation happening behind a door that was never meant to open. I'll be honest with you. I've been doing this long enough to know when a car is genuinely special versus when a brand is simply very good at marketing. This is not marketing. This is Bentley saying something, loudly without words, and daring you to figure out what. Look at the exterior and try to find a single soft line. You won't. The body is angular in a way that feels almost confrontational, like every surface was designed to create tension rather than resolve it. The front end is wide, aggressively wide. The new interpretation of Bentley's Matrix grille sits lower and wider than anything the brand has ever fitted to a road car, flanked by headlights that don't glow so much as smolder. Cold white light behind darkened glass, watching everything around them with complete indifference. This car doesn't look at you warmly, it assesses you. The roofline drops in a fastback sweep that is completely new for Bentley, a departure from the upright, authoritative profile the brand has always favored. This is lower, more predatory, more coiled. The haunches over the rear wheels are swollen with a kind of controlled violence, hinting at the width of the track beneath and the engineering required to fill those arches correctly. The rear is dominated by a diffuser that runs the full width of the car, active, carbon fiber, and completely exposed. No attempt to hide it, no chrome trim to soften the message, just raw aerodynamic intent, presented without apology. The color, Bentley hasn't named it naturally, sits somewhere between deep forest green and absolute black. In direct sunlight, it reveals itself. In shadow, it disappears. It is, without question, the most interesting paint finish the brand has ever produced, and they haven't said a single word about how it was made. Open the door, and the aggression softens, but only slightly. The interior is Bentley, unmistakably, but pushed into a register the brand has never quite reached before. The diamond-quilted leather is still here, still perfect, still hand-stitched by people who have spent careers mastering this single craft. But the color palette is darker, more deliberate. Deep charcoal and smoked bronze where you might expect cream and walnut. The wood veneer across the dashboard, a single piece, book-matched. Running the full width is so dark it reads almost black until the light catches it at exactly the right angle and reveals grain so fine it looks painted. The steering wheel is thicker than any previous Bentley. It fills your hands with purpose. This is not a wheel for cruising. This is a wheel for committing. The rear seats, because of course there are rear seats, this is still a Bentley. Recline into a position that turns the back of this machine into something resembling a very serious business class suite on an airline that doesn't advertise, quiet, considered, completely, isolated from the outside world by acoustic glass, so thick you have to actively remember that there is an outside world at all. Now here's where things get properly insane. Sources suggest the 2027 Bentley is running a hybrid powertrain unlike anything the brand has previously deployed. A twin-turbocharged W12 carried over from the Continental lineage, but comprehensively rebuilt, paired with two electric motors on the front axle producing a combined system output of somewhere between 1,000 and 1,200 horsepower. That number. From Bentley, a brand historically associated with effortless grace rather than raw numerical violence. 0 to 60 in under 2.6 seconds. A top speed that internal sources have placed above 230 miles per hour. And all of it, every single one of those horsepower, delivered through an all-wheel drive system so sophisticated that the car apparently decides, corner by corner, exactly how much of its power each wheel deserves. The thing weighs over 2 tons. It does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. Physics is filing a formal complaint, and Bentley has not responded. Pulling up anywhere in this car is a certified main character moment. Not because it's loud, not because it's showy, but because it is so clearly, so completely, so quietly on another level that everyone in the vicinity somehow understands this without being told. NPCs freeze. Conversations stop. And the person stepping out of the driver's door hasn't even looked up yet. Global production will be limited, significantly. Figures circulating suggest fewer than 100 units for the entire world. Each one built to individual specification through Bentley's Mulliner personalization division, meaning no two will be identical in any meaningful way. The estimated starting price sits at approximately $1.8 million, before Mulliner adds its considerable influence to the final number, at which point several of these cars will quietly cross 3 million without anyone involved finding this surprising. That's not a price. That's a conversation between people who don't need to check the balance before having it. Here is what makes this Bentley genuinely historic, beyond the numbers and the design and the performance. Bentley refused to explain it. No press release. No technical briefing. No brand manifesto about the future of luxury. Just the car in the world doing what it does, as if explanation would somehow diminish it, as if the machine was complete enough to speak entirely for itself. And honestly, it is. This isn't a car that arrived. This is a car that decided to exist on its own terms, in its own time, without asking anyone's permission or offering anyone an apology. The 2027 Bentley isn't the future of the brand. It's the brand finally showing you what it's actually capable of when nobody puts limits on the conversation. So I'll ask you what Bentley wouldn't. Would you spend $1.8 million on something this unexplained? Or does the mystery make it more compelling? Drop your answer below. This one I genuinely want to read.